The Mini. It's as British as tea and crumpets with the Queen, a cultural and motoring icon that makes us proud to be British. And now they've built an electric one. So, does it blow the bloody doors off the competition? Well, let's find out. The original Mini, launched in 1959, was indeed a cultural icon. It was as short as a Mary Quant skirt and brought back images of the Italian Job, Twiggy, Carnaby Street and the Beatles. But then it's hard to believe that it was 20 years ago now that BMW relaunched the Mini brand after their bitter divorce from Rover Group. And here we are now on the third generation of that relaunched Mini. Now, this is the first time that Mini have actually been able to buy an electric Mini, and I say the word buy because 10 years ago Mini trialled electric cars with some of their customers, but they were all leased and bought back into the company. So this is the very first electric Mini you can actually buy today. There are some subtle styling changes to the Mini Electric, but you would have to be obsessively geeky to notice them. The front grille is filled in a little bit more, and you obviously get it's slightly more protruding, and you get this energetic yellow badge here. They also have a slightly different front lip spoiler as well to aid with aerodynamics and airflow, and it retains the Cooper S bonnet as well, although this grille is actually filled in. It doesn't actually aid any cooling to the motor at all. It's all done through the bottom of the car. The car is just available in the 3-door body style with no 5-door convertible or Clubman variant available for the time being. And Sir Alex Agonis's idea of having a very small car with a light and airy cabin seems to be now turned on its head with the BMW style Mini, with a slightly larger car with a very tight cabin. Rear seats are really only for small adults or children. Still, the battery pack sits in a sort of T shape underneath the car, so it doesn't intrude too much, and certainly doesn't intrude into the boot space, which is retained from the petrol engine equivalent car. The car has a 33 kilowatt hour battery pack, which translates into a range of 145 miles according to WLTP figures. Now, some people do find that slightly disappointing, especially given that the new updated Renault Zoe has another 100 miles range on top of that. But many have done their research, and most of their customers, that is going to be fine. Plus, they still build it with a petrol engine, so if you need more, there is also that choice. 0 to 80% from a charge point should take around about 36 minutes from a fast charger, or from a 7 kilowatt wall box you're probably looking at the same amount of percent going into the battery in just over 3 hours. Another point of familiarity is the interior, which is a good thing. We've got these lovely supportive bucket seats and the now familiar Mini dashboard layout. The car gets this new sort of tablet-like digital instrument cluster here, which is actually going to roll out across the rest of the Mini range rather than the analog dials. And in the centre you get this rather oversized dinner plate with the screen embedded into it. This is starting to feel a little bit dated now in the form of some of the fresh competition, such as the Honda E and some of its French rivals. But generally this is a really nice interior and a lovely place to be still. We've got a redesigned gear stick for the transmission lever, if you like, and you get the energetic yellow flashes on the stop start button here and on the gear lever, and also for the first time in the Mini, an electronic park brake. You've also got Mini's variant of the BMW iDrive controller, which is standard across the range to control your infotainment screen. But it's here that that limited range is soon forgotten about. The Mini Electric drives just as brilliantly as the petrol engine variant. The car develops 184 brake horsepower, the same as the standard Mini Cooper S. The 62 from rest is dispatched in a scant 7.3 seconds, and that figure of 270 Newton meters of torque give it an alacrity of a small terrier chasing a cat. But the added weight to the car with the batteries actually helps the car, because it now has an almost perfect 50-50 weight distribution, something that's almost unheard of in a front engine hatchback. It also sits lower in the car, so the centre of gravity is much lower, giving it a massively better turn-in feel. You couple that with steering that has just this beautiful oily feel to it and a really sharp throttle response, and the car just seems to sew corners together. It's just a phenomenal piece of kit for an EV. The brakes too are excellent, and you can adjust the regeneration as with most EVs down here, but again they just give you that lovely bite and that lovely feel. The car allows you to take it by the scruff and attack our excellent little country road. In fact, it's about this point where I should delve into the box of cliches of motoring journalism and bring out things like go-kart handling and corners like it's on rails, but I won't. I'll refrain from doing that and just enjoy this road that we're on now. The Mini Electric actually offers some pretty good value for money, with the car starting at around £25,000 after the government grants taken into consideration. Now, if you were to spec a like-for-like petrol equivalent, that is actually cheaper for the electric car. Mini have also made things nice and simple with 3 trim levels: level 1, level 2 and level 3, with even the basic level 1 car getting sat nav, cruise control, automatic wipers and lights. Level 2 gets things like the half leather interior of this car, with some various other little mini packs including a reversing camera, and level 3 tops out the range at just over £30,000 and adds in full leather interior, a panoramic glass roof and adaptive headlights and Harman Kardon audio system. In terms of its competition, that is slightly more cheaper as well than the equivalent Peugeot E208 and Vauxhall Corsa E, but do bear in mind those cars are 5 doors, something the Mini's not available with. The small electric car market is burgeoning at the moment, with new arrivals almost coming on the scene every month. So there is a lot to choose from, but given that the Mini is a little bit more lifestyle orientated than practical orientated, the Honda E is probably its closest rival, another car that offers a relatively limited range but gives bags of style, trading off on space. But you also have to consider things like the new improved Renault Zoe, the Peugeot E208 and the Vauxhall Corsa E, as well as some slightly smaller offerings such as the Seat Mii and also the Skoda Citigo. So here's what we like about the new Mini Electric. Its performance and Mini-like handling has been retained. Its style and individuality. The price. Strong residuals and typical Mini build quality. We don't like the slightly limited range, and also the fact that it's only available as a 3-door, but not much else. This is a little bit of a double-edged sword. You see, on the one hand, we could lambast Mini for not being as technological and groundbreaking as they were back in 1959 with the original car. The technology to do this car has been available from BMW Group since 2013, and Mini themselves had an electric car on the go 10 years ago that it leased to some of its customers. So what has taken them so long to bring this small car to the electric market? Well, let's be honest, Mini isn't really about technology and groundbreaking science these days. It's about brand and marketing. Why sacrifice the cash cow that is the Mini when it's loved and bought by so many? But, and here is the big change, they have given us something technologically brilliant. They have done something that no one else has done, and no one else seems to have picked up on this. This is the world's first electric hot hatch. It has the same power as the petrol engine Cooper S, but with that lower weight, lower in the chassis. It drives just as well. In fact, it's so dynamic, it really just makes me want to go and drive it even more. The only flaw I can see is the fact that it has got such a limiting range that I have to stop driving it and charging it at some point. I genuinely love this car. In fact, why am I still talking to you? Sorry, forgot to say thanks for watching, and make sure you like and subscribe the videos, and stay tuned for more from AutoEV. Oh, it didn't do it! So, you've watched our video. It's now my job to tell you to like and subscribe and press the little bell button to receive notification of when our next video is uploaded. Sorry, what's that? You want more than just videos? Okay, did you know that AutoEV is also a website? That's right, autoev.co.uk. Not only is it all the latest news, reviews and musings, including motorsport from the electric vehicle world, but we've got literally hundreds of used electric vehicles for sale from dealers up and down the country.